Hey everybody, Film Brown here out at Tumbleweed Theater, out in the natural locations of Iowa. I'm at the Palisades Park right now, kind of enjoying myself, looking at the view, watching the river flow by. Well, while I'm out here enjoying the view, you might as well enjoy a film tonight. Got a really good one for you tonight, another Roy Rogers vehicle. We love Roy Rogers here on our show, and we really feel proud to bring some of the best stuff that we can to you of Roy Rogers' work. This is another one of those Joseph Kane films, and also directed by James Webb, or written by James Webb. It's Badmen of Deadwood, 1941. This is right in that period here where Roy Rogers is starting to really eat away at Gene Autry's kind of foothold on being king of the cowboys. Remember, Gene Autry went off to the war. Roy Rogers stayed behind and, well, sort of benefited from that. Republic really pushed him big. This one here, Roy Rogers is sidekicked along with old Gabby Hayes and Sally Payne, and deals with some bad men. Roy Rogers is kind of stuck out here in a situation where he's in this medicine show along with Gabby and Sally and so on, and they come upon this town called Deadwood. What a great name for a town. And Deadwood, as it turns out, is sort of really a dead wood town. All of the good folk have been driven out by bad men, and a cartel has sort of taken over all of the business interests. And they've kind of set up this kind of parallel town that's sort of hidden out in the wilderness somewhere out there. And this cartel is kind of soaking the rest of the town for all of its worth. Really, this is a great little economic lesson about fascism and about the power of democracy. You might want to get out your books on economics and democracy and so on while you're watching this film, because I think you'll learn a lot. When I think of westerns, very often they very often deal with the issue of power. Who is in control, and can you trust the men in control? The judge, for instance, in this film, is sort of a puppet figure. He doesn't have a lot of power. It's kind of interesting. I was looking at the credits of this film. Herbert Rollison plays the judge in this film. You might remember him in Jailbait. He plays the father of the crooked individual in that film. And he does a nice job in this. This is sort of his pre-going into the bad B-movie type of thing. So this is certainly a B-Western. It does have its elements of grandeur. Likewise, another guy in this film that I think that you're really going to enjoy is Henry Brandon. He plays the editor of this newspaper in this town. Keep an eye on that guy. Not giving anything away, but keep an eye on him. Henry Brandon's face might ring a bell in your head. He plays Scar, for instance, in The Searchers later on. He sort of has that face that can play a lot of different kinds, like Michael Ansara and folks like that got to be able to play Indians and Native Americans. He certainly has that element about him and does a nice job as Scar. He does a nice job in this film as well. The film stunts is done by Yakima Canutt. He also makes an appearance in this. If you keep your eyes peeled, whatever that means. I'd hate to literally do that, but keep your eyes peeled for the one of the stagecoach drivers. That's Yak. Joseph Kane does a really nice job with this film. I really enjoyed it. Roy Rogers was lucky in that though he worked with more than just two key directors in his career. Two key directors do pop up. The Joseph Kane films and the William Whitney films that he did in the later 40s. Well, I think you're going to enjoy this film, Badmen of Deadwood, 1941. Sit back, get yourself a sarsaparilla, roll 'em, Smokey.